Hey everyone, Cody here. Welcome to RSG Outdoors. In today's video, I'm going to do a little bit of gar fishing, and I didn't bring any bait with me, so I brought some worms so I can try to catch some brim and stuff like that, and we're going to throw the cast net for a few minutes first thing here in the morning, try to get a hold of a few shad. Once I get done gar fishing, we might do a little bit of catfishing because I have a tournament in this same area next week. Let's get some bait and see what we can do. Hey, if you don't have good cast net throwing skills, I put a video out a little while back that tells you pretty much everything you need to know and shows you exactly how I throw mine. All right, a few more. Not in here real thick, but they're here. All right, we got plenty of bait. Let's get headed down the river to the spot that I found last weekend. Alright, so I've arrived at my little gar fishing spot. I'm trying to be a little quiet, so I hope you can hear me. Gar are pretty sensitive to things going on the surface. They're very sensitive to vibration, sensitive to sound, so you gotta be kind of stealthy. I've kind of set myself up on this island, and I tied my front anchor line off to it. I backed up a few feet, and I dropped my rear anchor, and kind of pulled nice and straight, facing this main body here. It's only about 10 feet deep at its deepest point behind me. I've seen several gar surface already. I'm chasing long nose, short nose, and spotted gar, and I happen to be in the area where all three of those state records for the state of Tennessee have been caught. A little bit about my rig. I'm just using one of my standard catfish poles. It's a little overpowered for gar, even though they can be pretty strong fighters, but I got my main line about 9 feet from my sinker, so the top of my swivel. I have a bobber stop knot, and this is a sliding peg float. I'm only using 1.5 ounces of lead. I don't want the gar to feel any resistance when he runs off with the bait. I just need enough weight to keep my bait from swimming around too freely. A barrel swivel, and then a solid steel leader. This is a brown camoed stainless steel leader. I make them myself. I'll show you guys how. Going down to a 2/0 J hook, so it's just an octopus hook, and make sure you get a really sharp hook, but you don't need a great big one, and the reason for that is you're going to let the gar really eat it down. They tend to grab things in their beak and swim around with them for a while, and then when they stop, they'll stop and eat it, and then they'll start swimming off again, and that's your key to set the hook. You won't usually gut hook them as long as you pay attention to that. So let's get a bait out here and see if we can get started, see if we can get a good gar out. Oh, two going. I'm gonna get this. Still got it. Get this one. No, yeah, we can get this one. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. As soon as I tightened up on him, he dropped it. Got it. Set the hook. Oh yeah, he's there. He's there. It's a cutie. He's a little catfish. Dang, I was hoping we'd have a gar, but we don't. Importance of setting that hook though, because he had that for quite a while, and he still didn't swallow it because he set that hook right. You do things right, you can really protect your fish. Yeah, little bitty blue cat. Go ahead and get him back in the water, get that rebaited. Okay, so while we wait for some more fish action, I'm going to show you guys how to tie the rig that I'm using for gar today. First of all, what you're going to need some wire crimpers and wire cutters. You're going to need some solid wire for leader material. You can use any brand you want. You don't have to go too heavy, you just need something that's steel so they can't bite through it. You're going to need a swivel of your preferred type. You're going to need connector sleeves, which is going to bind your wire to your hook and to your swivel. And you're going to need a hook. Now, I don't recommend using a circle hook for this because when it comes to gar, because they have a really hard bony mouth, you need to be the one to set the hook. That's what's going to ensure you have a good tight hold in the corner of the mouth, top of the mouth, wherever you happen to be able to get it to set. And it's going to improve your hookup ratio with gar significantly. Some people like to use treble hooks. I don't, because it causes a lot of damage to a gar. And I've hooked a lot of them in the face or in the eye or something like that when using trebles, so I stick with J hooks. There's a technique I can show you all another time that uses a treble hook in conjunction with a J hook. Like I said, that's for another time though. So for the rig I'm using today, cut yourself about, I don't know, 20 inches or so of the steel leader material that you have. And you're going to take one of your connector sleeves and you're going to slide over the end of the leader wire, like so. Alright, then take your swivel and slide through one end of it, like so. And you're going to take the leader wire, you're going to turn it around and run it back through the sleeve. You got like a little loop. Alright, now don't force it and don't go fast because you don't want to put a kink in it. You don't want a corner. So slowly slide the sleeve down toward the swivel. It's like this. Alright, now don't slide it all the way because you want the swivel to still be able to move freely. Take your crimpers and crimp in a couple of places. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take your tag end and you're going to bend it so that it's perpendicular to the rest of the leader material, and you're going to twist it around a few times. Now the purpose for doing this is in the event that your crimp is a little subpar or you hook just a monster fish that applies so much pressure and shock force that they get it to slip, this will keep the leader line from slipping through your crimps. It's a little bit stronger than just leaving it to fate. Trim off the excess. On your hook end, you're going to do pretty much the same thing. Take your sleeve, leader wire through the sleeve, take your hook, leader wire through your hook eye. Okay, you're going to turn it around and run this wire back through the sleeve just like we did for the swivel. Shorten that up just a little bit, I don't need that much tag end. Alright, and then slowly slide the sleeve toward the hook. Remember, don't go too fast because you'll cause a kink and you don't want that. Alright, I'm left-handed, it makes it difficult to show you and slide it down carefully. Alright, now see how my hook can kind of move freely around that? That's what you want. You want that freedom of movement. Once you've got it there, you got it tight enough, you're going to crimp it. Just like so. And then same deal with that tag end. Bend it up and then twist it around. It doesn't really matter how many twists you do, 4 or 5 is usually sufficient. I don't even really count, I just kind of twist it around a few times and there we have it. Trim off that tag end just like the last one. Alright, so we've got about 20 inches of steel bite-proof leader from a gar perspective at least. Going down to what some would consider a relatively small J hook. You don't need a big hook to catch big gar. Size your leader to the kinds of gar you're going to catch. You can get away with a shorter leader if you have only short nose or spotted gar. If you have long nose gar, you may want to keep it longer like I do here. It'll keep that beak from getting any teeth towards your damageable line and prevent you from losing some fish. I think we got us an old kitty fish. I think we found a flathead or a blue that was hiding out over in here in this cove. So it appears I had some sort of camera malfunction, and you all missed this beautiful run from this catfish I've got laying here on the boat. It's about a 20-pound blue cat. Nice solid fish. Long though. Very pretty. Yeah, he's about 15 pounds. I already teared the net off, but like I said, I'll show you guys as soon as I get him back in the water. But yeah, heavy takedown. Sorry for the camera malfunction. You missed the good fast pull that he gave. But yeah, very pretty. Glad we caught him. We might actually put this hidden little spot on the must try for our tournament next week. Hey everyone, thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I left the link for you right there. If you still need your outdoor fix, we've got another video for you, and its link is right there. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll catch you next time on RSG Outdoors.